It's my birthday month and I have a lot of stuff planned. Okay, so today I'm going to be doing my March TBR, and I'm also going to be unboxing something super exciting, and that is my Sips By box. I have it right here. I am so excited, and I was just thrilled when this company reached out to me and asked me if I wanted to try out one of their boxes, and I was like, of course I do. Admittedly, I'm not a huge tea drinker, but I was super intrigued by like the entire premise of what this service does. And basically you sign up and then you take this profile quiz and you kind of get to choose if you want like a lot of caffeine, if you don't want a lot of caffeine, if you like green tea, black tea, white tea, and a bunch of other kind of teas that I've never heard of. And basically what they do is they curate a box for you based on your profile, and then it gets sent in the mail and you get to try out so many of these new different teas, and I am so excited. I love trying different teas. It's really hard for me to find ones that I really like, but I'm so excited to try some new ones. And I figured that I would show like one tea per book that I talk about for my TBR, and we'll unbox it that way. And I'm just so excited. Look at how cute the box is, and I've never tried any sort of like tea or coffee or anything like subscription service, and so I was super excited to hear about this one. So this is what it looks like when you open it up, and I'll read to you guys my little March spoiler card. I'm not going to look at the actual teas, but I will read what it says at the top. It says, "Spring will be here before you know it, Allie. But while the cold still lingers, take advantage of the time spent inside by getting lost in a good book or starting a new project. All with a cup of tea in hand, of course." So that is what it says on the back of here. And we are going to start off with my first book, which is actually the book that I'm currently reading, and that is The Lady Rogue by Jen Bennett. And I've been talking about this on Twitter literally constantly. I am absolutely in love with this book. I'm so excited about it. I got it for the library, as you can tell, but I kind of wish that I would have bought the actual like physical copy, because I'm like, I am loving this book. I did not expect to. I kind of picked it up being like, it sounds like Indiana Jones. It kind of sounds like Hunting Prince Dracula by Carrie Maniscalco. Two of my favorite things. I love Indiana Jones, one of my favorite movie series. And so I figured that this book would be something I might like, but I'm always kind of like wary about books that I haven't heard a lot of people talk about. And then I picked it up and I loved it. I've been reading it for the past like couple of days and I'm almost done with it. I have less than 80 pages left. It's just one of my new all-time favorite books, and it's just so cool. Basically, it's about this girl named Theo, and she is the daughter of this like very prolific, very sort of infamous kind of Indiana Jones type character, and she always feels kind of left out because she never really gets to go on any of his like adventures. And then finally she ends up getting to go on her own adventure with her father's ex-assistant, kind of someone that she's had a bit of a past with, and they have to go on a journey to find her father and also Vlad the Impaler's ring. So it's just like this entirely interesting and adventurous kind of story, and I'm so excited. I love it. I hope you guys read it if it sounds interesting to you as well. And I can't believe more people haven't been talking about this book. It's amazing. So the first tea that I see in this box is this Stash Double Bergamot Earl Grey tea, and I did specify on my profile that I like Earl Grey tea. This is the kind of tea that I used to drink almost every single day before school in high school. When I was like a senior, I would either bring hot chocolate or I would bring Earl Grey tea, and you also get 4 packs each, I think, of every single tea. And I think this is one that I'm really going to enjoy. The next book I want to read for March is one that I recently picked up, and that is Winter Spell by Claire Legrand. I've never heard anybody talk about this book, literally ever, but someone recommended to me on Twitter. I'm gonna try to find the tweet and I'll put it like right over here. But ever since then, it's been on my mind. I've really wanted to pick it up, and so when I was in my local indie bookstore recently, I saw this and I'm like, I need to pick it up. It's a Nutcracker retelling. I think that's all you need to know, and I'm just very intrigued by it because I love the Nutcracker. One of my favorites as a kid. I used to watch like the really old, I think 1990s animated movie, and it was one of my favorites. I also liked Barbie and the Nutcracker, and so it was definitely one of my favorite stories. and I'm just so intrigued to read a YA retelling of it. Okay, so the next tea that I see in this box is the Miracle Tree Super Caffeinated Moringa Infusion Orange Passionfruit Tea. So that's what it looks like right here. And I'm super excited about this one, mainly because it's super caffeinated and I love getting my caffeine fix. I know it's really bad. I have like this really bad caffeine, almost addiction probably, but I'm super excited about this one. It sounds really good. I love oranges. I love passion fruit flavored anything. And this one sounds like it might be another one I really like. So the next book is kind of like a late addition into my March TBR, and that is You'd Be Mine by Erin Hahn. And I basically picked this up mainly because last month in February, I read 2 books that were all about music, and I'm just on this kick of wanting to read about music, wanting to read about musicians, so I figured since this is one of the only books that I actually own that is about musicians and music and stuff, I figured I would put it in my TBR and actually like finally read it. And basically what I was drawn to about this book is that the premise is very like old school Jonas Brothers fanfic, which just makes my heart soar because I used to write Jonas Brothers fanfic, and I used to write fanfic exactly like this. Basically, it's about this girl named Annie, and she is like country music royalty, but she's been kind of laying low under the radar after her parents' death. And now she is going to get to go on tour with this other country music star named Clay, and he's kind of a bad boy, and she's going to try to soften his image. And I am just, this is everything I've ever wanted. I used to write fanfic almost exactly like this. It was basically like the almost like hate to love sort of these two people who don't really get along and aren't very similar to each other have to go on tour together, and they have to be in close quarters and stuff like that. And it makes my heart sing. It's just like everything that I love in fanfic in a book. It's gonna be amazing. So the next tea that's in my Sips by box is this green tea peach iced tea. It's pre-brewed condensed green tea, and that's what it looks like. It's very interesting because it's not like a tea bag. It's actually like liquid inside this pouch. It says that it's antioxidant rich, and I don't know what the, oh, I see. Ayiiia green tea. I guess the brand is called Ayiiia, which is really interesting. It says it means intelligent energy. And so I got 3 of these packets. They're so cute. And I'm just really excited to try these ones as well. I'm not a big green tea drinker, but I did put on there that I was interested in green tea because I want to find some that I actually enjoy. So there we go. And I love peach. Peach is one of my favorite fruits, and I'm so excited about these ones as well. So the next book was also on my February TBR, and I just never ended up getting to it, and that is Last Shot by Daniel Jose Older. And I am just really needing to get to this book. I know it has a lot of Ben Solo content, and I want Ben Solo content. You hear me? I want Ben Solo content. So we're gonna read it. We're gonna listen to it. We're not listening to it. It's not an audiobook. We're gonna read it. I've been listening to way too many audiobooks lately, so I'm just like in the habit of saying listen to. No, I'm going to read it with my eyeballs. I feel like I don't need to talk about it too much, but it's Star Wars. It has Han Solo, it has Lando Calrissian, it has Ben Solo just a little bit, and I'm so excited. Okay, so I believe we only have one more tea in my Sips by box, and that is the Red Velvet Chocolate Tea. From the Republic of Tea. I've heard of this brand before, and that's what it looks like. This is one I'm also very excited about because it's like more of like a dessert tea, and it says it's caffeine-free, herb blended with chocolate, vanilla, and beetroot, and that's exciting. It says enjoy this environmentally friendly, round, unbleached tea bag, free of wasteful strings, staples, and tags. So that's also exciting. I love anything that's like environmentally friendly. So yeah, I'm super excited about this as well. So the next book on my TBR is another one that I've just been waiting to read for so long. I keep saying it's going to be my next book, and I promise it will be my next book. That is The Stars We Steal by Alexa Dunn, and I heard about this from her YouTube channel. I love watching Alexa Dunn. She is so informative. Her YouTube channel is amazing. I'll link it down below. But this is her newest book. I'm so excited about it, and the best part of this book is that it's a like loose Persuasion retelling. And if you don't know, Persuasion is a book by Jane Austen. I've actually never read the book, but I've seen the movie and I love the movie. Basically, it's about this girl and she needs to get married ASAP. Her father and her sister are just spending their money every which way, and she needs to marry, and she needs to marry right now. So she's been looking at every eligible bachelor out there, and then suddenly one of her childhood best friends ends up coming back, and things start happening between them. And that's all I can tell from the synopsis, and it's basically very similar to Persuasion as well. So if you like Persuasion, if you like Jane Austen, you might really like this book as well. I hope I like it. I'm so excited. I've heard good things about her books, and I know that she has the other one that's about like Jane Eyre, and so I think that like retellings in space are kind of her jam. The next one I ended up putting on my TBR for very interesting reasons, and it's because I saw a really negative review on someone's video. And that's like not to like shout out anybody, not to like be like shady towards anybody. I love seeing negative reviews of books that I own because they either like persuade me not to read them, or if the negative review is about something that I actually really enjoy, it kind of persuades me to read it. And that's what happened with this book. And that is Wink Puppy Midnight by Genevieve Tuholke. And I am so excited. I've actually read her other series, the Between the Devil and the Deep Blue Sea. And that book was weird. That series, weird. Crazy, but I loved it. It wasn't like the best thing I've ever read, but it was weird, and I love weird. So when I heard that this book was super weird and just like all over the place, didn't make sense, I'm like, it sounds right up my alley. I might actually like it. And it's pretty short, so it's not like a huge commitment, and I really don't know what this is about. I know that the main characters are called Wink, Poppy, and Midnight, and that's where my knowledge of this book begins and ends. Basically all I know are the main characters' names and that it's very strange. And I feel like that's all I want to know about this book. I don't want to go into it with too much information. And the very last book on my TBR is one that I have been super excited about ever since it was sent to me, and that is Dark Radiance by Alison Eldridge. And I am very, very excited about this book. And basically it's like this dark sort of fantasy book. It says, Lily learned long ago that not all bedtime stories have happy endings. Some just end in nightmares that stick with you forever. And basically this just sounds like it's about this girl who comes to this town and her parents have died, and she's just kind of being haunted a lot by her past and by a ghost that haunts the town. And it all sounds very strange and very much like an Alley kind of book. And so I'm super excited to read it. Also, we match. Look at, I didn't even plan this, but we totally match. Like the darkness of my hair, the darkness of the book, the green. We're just like a matching little set. Alright, so those are all of the books that I'm going to read in March, and I'm sticking to this TBR, I swear. This is the month that I'm going to stick to a TBR and actually read all of these books. You can hold me to it. And also thank you again to Sips By for sending me this box. I am super excited to try out all of the teas, and if you are also interested in Sips By, I have some links down below. I have some coupon codes, and you can check those out and see if this is going to be something that you might be interested in. Alright, so I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, go ahead and give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. Also go ahead and follow me on Instagram, Twitter, and Goodreads, and I will see you all in my next video. Bye!